Hello learners, in this lecture we will see what is grading of aggregates. So before understanding what is grading of aggregates, we'll try to see what is grading actually, right? In general term, what is the meaning of grading? So during our college time and all, whenever we score marks and all, we also had a grading system, right? Like let us say if you're out of 100, okay, out of 100, if you're scoring 90 and more than 90, then we used to call he is getting A plus. In the same way, if a person is scoring from 80 to 90, then we used to give him as A grading. Similarly, if he was scoring from 70 to 80, then we were giving him as B plus grading and so on, right? So we were actually doing all these things called as grading. In the same way, in the civil engineering field, whenever we want to prepare concrete and all, we also have to do the grading of aggregates. So you can see it here. Here I have taken three different containers. In the first container, whatever aggregate I have put, no coarse aggregate, it's of a single size, right? So that is why what will happen, you will have more voids in this. There's only one single size of aggregate. Let us say it is of 40 size, okay? But in the second container, I've taken two different size. One is 40 and let us say the other one is 20 So now what will happen? The voids between them will reduce, right? Now in the third container, I've taken 40 20 and let us say even a 16 aggregate, or let us say 12.5. So in that case, what will happen? Whatever voids we have, that all the voids will get filled. And we want a concrete to be prepared something like this, so that we'll have a minimum voids and all the voids will be filled by all this aggregate and all, right? So with this understanding, we'll try to see why exactly this thing has to be done and what exactly we need to understand. Yeah. So the particle size distribution of an aggregate has determined by the sieve analysis is known as grading of aggregate. So what is sieve analysis? That we'll try to see when we take up the different test for the aggregates. So the most important factor for producing a workable concrete is a good gradation of aggregate. Like I mentioned here, if the grading is good, you'll be having a good concrete, a good workable concrete, and you'll be having a good density of a concrete, and the voids will be less there. A sample of well-graded aggregate containing minimum voids will require minimum paste. It's very simple. If we have less voids, what will happen? Little amount of paste is required. But here what will happen, since the voids are more, whenever you fill a mortar into this, all that mortar will be gone in filling the voids, right? So I don't want that to happen. So I want minimum voids. So minimum voids will require minimum cement paste to fill up the voids in the aggregate. So minimum paste will mean less quantity of cement and a less quantity of water, which will further means there is an increased economy. If you're using a less amount of water and less amount of cement paste, then what has happened? The quantity of cement has come down. So what has happened? The cost has also come down. That means the increased economy has happened, right? So with this understanding, there are types of grading. Like I told you, A plus and B plus and all. In the same way, for the aggregate, we do this type of grading. That is, yeah, one is well graded aggregate, the second is gap graded, and third is poorly graded or uniform graded. So we'll try to understand them one by one. Yeah. So to begin with, the first is a well graded. So what is this well graded? So in the well graded aggregate contains all size of particles, thus leading to a dense and compact mass of concrete mix. It's easily understood. Since it contains all size of particles, what will happen? Whatever voids will be there, no, it will be filled everywhere. So as a result of that, less voids will be there. So cement paste will require less, and as a result of that, what will happen? It will get a dense and a compact mass of concrete mix. The aggregate is said to be well graded if the voids created by larger particles are almost filled by the smaller size particles, and thus leaving minimum voids to be filled by the cement paste. So this type of grading is considered as the best among all the size of particles that is available, right? Let us say I'm taking a container here. First, what I'm going to do, I'll try to fill some aggregates, a bigger size aggregates in this way. Okay, in this way I'll try to fill the bigger size of aggregate. Yeah. So next, after that, what I'm going to do, I'll try to take a smaller size of aggregate now. Now again, smaller size of aggregate, what it's going to, wherever there's a gap in between these two bigger aggregate, no, that will be filled by the smaller size aggregate in this way, right? In this way, they're going to fill. In this way, they're going to get filled. In this way, they're going to get filled. Now, after that, if I take another smaller size of aggregate, whatever gap you have in between this bigger and smaller something here, no, that will be filled by another smaller size of the aggregate, right? In this way. So as a result of this, what will happen? This entire container we'll have a dense mix and a compact mass of a concrete mix. So that is what you can see it here, well graded, bigger size, smaller size, and again they are filled by the another smaller size. This how it is called as well graded. So practically we want this type of grading to happen. Yeah. Next we'll try to see what is the next one. The next is a gap graded aggregates. So what are these gap graded aggregates? The aggregate is said to be gap graded when there is lack of different size particles quantity in the bulk. So particles of certain sizes are missing in the aggregate. What you can see here, only two different sizes of aggregates are there. One is very big and one is very small. So in this case, what will happen? It is called as gap graded, right? This is very big and this is very small here. So everywhere you have a voids and all. In this part, you will be having voids. That is called as gap graded aggregates. And the third one, what we have is a poorly graded. This poorly graded is also called as uniform graded. So in poorly graded, what will happen? You will have only one size of aggregate. It is a grading in which the proportion of same intermediate size aggregates are either in excess quantity or they are in deficient, is known as poorly graded aggregates or irregular grading. So we'll try to see this in a better way, all three. You can see it here. This is well graded. This is poorly graded. So in poorly graded, only one size of aggregate is there. And in gap graded, what will happen? Two different size of aggregate are there. A well graded will have all the different size of aggregates. Similarly, this is uniform graded. This is well graded and uniform graded. So whenever we try to prepare a concrete and all, we want to have a well graded of aggregate so that whatever voids will be there, that will be filled by the aggregate itself, and less amount of cement paste will be required to fill the gap which is there, right? Yeah. So in the next lecture, I hope these things are understood up to here. So in the next lecture, we'll try to see what are the different tests that we carry out on the aggregates, and we'll try to understand them. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.